Well, hello and good afternoon. I know this is a bit of a change from usual as we do the nighttime streams, but I thought I would change her up, do a midday on the weekend so everyone can relax maybe a bit and get her done and get out of here and enjoy your evening. So, how is everyone today? Doing good? Good, I hope. Alrighty. So let's take a look here. If you missed it on the little pre-show, I guess, here's tonight's matchups we're going to be looking at. Prime times are labeled on the left for everyone looking forward for their TPE. And before we get started, a little bit of a slideshow, but we're going to share 3 milestones which were hit recently. So we have Ace Carter from the Cancun Toros hitting the 1,000 career hit mark as well as the 200 career home run mark. Mike Litteris for the OBX Aviators actually breaking the league record for total career doubles. And then another huge milestone for RJ Menard as he had his 1,500th career hit recently. Alright, so we will get going here. I know first game up. Well, this is the problem here when there's too many Discord servers that you're on. Alright, so like we said, first game of the night is going to be Providence against the Aviators. So we'll get that queued up. So our fun little blurb for this game coming up. If I don't know who's here for the mod team, but if you got an over-under started, they suggested 8.5 combined runs scored total. So for this one, we could see Outer Banks has a bit of a slight advantage here, playing at home and everything like that too. We got a tie here, at least from the 2 slot, and the Crabs do have an edge in pitching with good old Thug there pitching for them. Yeah, Babs, you did. Here, we can pop her up right again real quick. Let's let it run through here, do its thing. Like I said, it's a chill Saturday, so we're in no rush. Cool. Alright. So we will get started. Sorry, there's just I'm getting used to the whole, like, there's like a million things to look at before streams now, between stat info, making sure all the graphics are linked, you know, do you have this going, do you have that going, kind of thing. So, you know, jumping back and forth to matchups to make sure that we're on the right day, which we are. We'll let this run a little bit more here. Also probably won't wait for it to completely finish, but sorry. Yeah, no, I still don't have a co-host. Diesel did say he would co-host today, but he was not going to wake up in time for this, and I wanted to get this done earlier today than later. I prefer earlier streams, especially during the weekend. It's just nicer, I think. Nice change of pace as well, so a little matinee. Was there stats for today? I didn't think there was. Oh, it's further down. Okay. See, I thought there was. I'm thrown off because the first post is for a later game. That's why I'm missing it, Dust. Alrighty, so A week ago, Pro was leading the division and hosting OBX, but now the tables have turned pretty hard. With the Aviators winning 18 of their last 21 games, the Crabs have won 2 of the 5 meetings so far. But that's as many as they've won in 12 games against OBX last year. OBX starter Rays Funk has been absolutely deadly at home with a 2.41 ERA overall, and even better against righties. This will be Fug's 6th consecutive road start, expecting him to wreak havoc on the bottom of the Aviators' normally deep, reliable lineup. Willie Colon leads the Legends in OBP and runs created, looking for him to help tire out the Providence pitching. Providence second baseman Benjamin Lemon has been the best Crab fielder since Valentine, posting a 1.108 EFF and leading the Crabs in WAR. While Pro will struggle for hits on the road, walks have been very key to their offensive so far, with base on balls the only offensive stat they aren't 7th or 8th in. While OBX has been stronger on hits, any combination of hits and walks to tire out Fug will be an absolute must for the Aviators to get their win. Recent milestones for these teams, as we saw, Mike Litteris, all-time doubles leader now. He's up by 3 and it's only going to get bigger. Tyler Swift, 200 career doubles for himself, and Dan Hanlon has just crossed 500 career RBIs. So let's get her going. That has closed as far as we go for the bets. I believe everything is set up here, at least it should be still. First pitch comes in, and it's going to be a strikeout. That's going to first. Should be an easy pickup, as that's your second out. Then that's got some pop on it, and it's going to drop in the corner as they try to get there. I bet you he's going for 3, and he's going to make it in there safe with time to spare by the looks of it. Chance to score here, but they're going to have to get the ball down, and they do as they sneak it past the third baseman. Nice little hit by Chipper Slokening to get Providence on the board early. It looked like it was going to be a nice clean inning as started to turn into something else here. So now we got runners in the corner here. Dordevic steps up, and he can't get it up the middle as they will get out of the inning with just 1 run against. Dub City, that's going to the shift, and they're going to grab that at first. That's going to sneak by the third baseman as Drakenberg gets on base. 2 out to work with, 1 man on. Here comes the steal attempt, and I think he's got it. No, he's out. Nice throw by the catcher to take away a runner in scoring position there, and now Providence gets out of the inning, no harm, no foul. That's going to shortstop, and he's going to get him out at first. That's going deep, far, and that is out of here. Home run as Providence gets back on the board. That's going to drop in the outfield as another runner on here as Rays Funk is in a bit of trouble here early. Double play ball, but a fumble bumble is going to cause the runner to make it to first with no issues. Passed balls, you hate to see it on stream, but there it is. We'll see if they send the runner. They will. Nice throw, but is not going to be in time as Crabs out to a nice early 3-0 lead here. Strikeout will end the inning, but more damage done. Aviators got to get the offense going. We'll lead off walk here by Cannon. Riverboat, not going to add to that doubles total as he's going to get tossed out at first, moving the runner up. That's going to go to the outfield, but a nice sliding catch steals what should have been a hit, really. But it won't matter as they will get that in the outfield, but they're going to hold the runner at third. Then that's going to the second baseman as he gets tossed out at first. That's going deep into the outfield as that will be caught. That's popped up and going to left field as that will be caught. As the runner's still in scoring position there. And flyout after flyout here is kind of ruining this chance here with the man on second. But a walk will keep us going as Funk is already up to 50 pitches here in the third. That's got some carry on it. But he made the catch. I thought that actually went over his head, but OBX wiping the brow there as they're able to get out of that with no more damage. But that one's got some heft on it, and that is gone. Home run. See ya. As they finally get themselves on the board here. That's chopped to third. They're going to get tossed out at first as that will end the inning. As OBX gets on the board here, they got to keep Providence off if they want to keep this game close. We know that OBX has the ability to put some offense up if needed. Nice quick 2 outs there. Leg kick by the first baseman. Make that catch. And then finally a nice solid 1-2-3 inning for Funk as maybe he is settling down here a bit. Cannon pops out to left field. Riverboat stares at a strikeout as Fug is having a pretty good game here so far. As I say that, that's chopped to the third baseman. Can't make that glove save as that sneaks by. Litteris with a double. Passed ball. Runner moves up to third, but then a strikeout by Dan Halen. Can't get that run home. That's chopped hard, deep, and gone. See ya! Solo blast by Providence gets them a bit more of a comfortable lead here. That's a strikeout gone to third base. Third baseman going to catch it again, pass it around. And then strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. Un, deux, trois. They go down. Also, thank you for the compliments in the stream. I'm hoping it looks good. Looks good, sounds good. Sorry about the crowd volume. If there's anything else that's bugging you guys, let me know. Wow, it goes for the steal, but I think they were expecting that because they tossed him out by a mile. That's popped up into the outfield. It's not going to have enough to drop. That's chopped to the shortstop. He's going to get tossed out at first. As this game is starting to slow down a bit here. Just a bit of a boop and a blast there. And I think Funk's day will be almost done here as he's approaching the century mark here as they get out of the sixth. Drakenberg takes the walk. We'll see if he tries to steal. That's a no. There's a fly out into right. Here's the steal attempt. And he is safe. So runner in scoring position here. Cannon flies out to left field. That's chopped to shortstop and gone to first. Yeah, out of town scoreboard's in the top left there. Sorry, it's just on a different side. If it's really bugging people, I can move it. Strikeout there as Flame McDonald is in the game. Seems like there's a little right there about Funk's day being done. Strikes out the first two batters. Strikes out all three, so strikes out the side there. Next up is Mike Litteris. He's trying to go for another double, but it's going to be caught. Can't get it over the fielder's head. Another strikeout here as Fug is still in this game and only 89 pitches now. That's going to the gap. That's going to drop. Stretch McGibbon trying to stretch this into a triple, and it looks like he's going to. Chance here for OBX to try and chip away at this lead, but another strikeout is going to stop that quickly as pretty much the recap for this game seemed pretty accurate of what they needed to win, so strikeout there. That one's got some pop on it, and it is going to clear the fence here as we have another one out of the park. Solo blasts all around today.
Strike 3.
And then a strikeout. It was Flynn McDonald to struck out 5 of the 6 batters, but that home run is just going to make that lead feel almost insurmountable at this point as finally the bullpen arm comes out for Providence here. That's got some pop on it, and over the wall, another solo blast. As they're not shy about the home runs today, but just there's never anyone on base to make them more impactful. And then 2 strikeouts to follow it. As Providence, I don't think has to do much this inning. Any more offense would be welcome, I would believe. But it's OBX, the ones who are under pressure now, as they only have 3 outs to work with. But won't matter, as Providence is going to chip another hit out into the outfield. Get a runner on first. That's a double play ball. Wow, he just gunned that to first. Wasn't even thinking about second. A walk puts 2 runners on here. Krustis. Bases loaded. Hunter Sky in some trouble. 2 outs though. Slokening, ice cold, strikes out. OBX, your last 3 outs. You got Riverboat, Litteris, and Halen up. Let's see if they can get anything done here. That's going to be a nice hit off the wall as you get a leadoff double here. He's going for the triple, and he's safe. That's the kind of start you want to try to get back in this game. That one just didn't have enough to get down as it hung a little too long. That one's popped up. They thought about sending the runner, but that was a bit shallow. McGibbon, and that's going to be an infield flyout as leadoff triple looked threatening, but that kind of fell apart quickly. So, Crabs take this one. 5-2 is your final. 2-day hit for Krustis, 1 ribby for him, 2-day hit for Drakenberg. Fug is going to get his 3rd win of the season in a strong 7-inning performance as Funk gets the L. 7 strikeouts and only 1 walk, but just not great timing for the hits as your player of the game is Fug. Makos beat the Raptors 11-3 on 14 hits. Multi-hit games to everyone, but your stand-up performance is going to be Beef Johnson here with 6 RBIs in the winning cause there. The win is going to come out of the pen to Dog as Rogers Jr. will take the loss and blown save, and to no one's surprise, player of the game is Beef Johnson. Sloss take it to the Vandals 15-1 on 23 hits. Poor pork chop sandwiches only getting 1 hit as everyone else is putting 3s and 4s up on the board as the 3, 4, 5 slot here just dominant there for the Sloths. Tosin gets their 7th loss of the season, only lasting 2.2 innings before getting the hook as Greer gets their 5th win. Player of the game is Chris Jimenez. Voyagers beat the Surge 5-1. Both teams 7 hits. Obviously New York making a little bit more of theirs as Tom Shue goes 2 for 4 with 3 ribbies, adding to his totals. Still hitting 347. Gross. Win goes to Sivert, their 6th of the season as... some of these names always stumbling up. You need to calm down. Gets their 3rd loss of this year, only lasting 2.1 innings before they get the hook, as your player of the game is actually Reginald Sivert. Scorpions beat the Rougarous 12-5 off of 14 hits. New Orleans signing got Valor with 2 for 4, 2 ribbies. 4-hit day for Tex Walker in the leadoff spot for Death Valley. Mazeroski takes their 2nd loss in just 4 innings pitched as Morgan gets their 5th win. Player of the game is Tex Walker. Supernovas upset the Stars, only allowing 4 hits, beating them 4-0, shutting them out. As a pretty good day there for Bogascu, going 2 for 3 with 2 ribbies. Sanchez is going to take their 4th loss of the season as Bill the Hill gets their 2nd win. Your player of the game is Bogascu. Demons beat the Apex 4-1. Pretty by-the-numbers game. A couple multi-hit games there for Indy's side. Really only one multi-hit game there, and it's for Danny B in the leadoff spot for Detroit. Your loss is going to go to Eric Bolanos, and win goes to Hammersmith out of the pen. Only having to face 2 batters. Player of the game is Thomas Palmer. Sea Serpents beat the Toros 4-1. 3-hit game for Farting House there on Seattle side. 2 ribbies to add to it. 3-hit game for Rogers on Cancun as well. The win is going to go to Straight Gas Homie as Mr. Lemonade gets their 6th loss of the year, having a bit of a rough go, as your player of their game is actually Straight Gas Homie. Minor leagues, Hepcats beat the Lemurs 6-5 as they score 3 runs in the last 2 innings to steal this one from them. Multi-hit games kind of all around here on Kansas side. 2 ribbies for Johnson. Your win is going to go to Walrus out of the bullpen as Fujisaka gets the loss as well as the blown save. Player of the game is Park Factors. Who's Park Factors? I didn't even see that name yet. Oh my lord. Dillos beat the Flamingos 9-4 off of 11 hits. As McGee here, 4 RBIs. Yeah, that's a grand slammer, I think, as that's their only hit of the game. Old Grand Salami. Fank is going to get their 4th win as Kagamine is going to go back to 500. 6th loss in only 2.2 innings. Player of the game is Angelo Hawkins. Dynamos beat the Bruce City Bears 6-2. 12 hits as the Dynamos put up 5 of their 6 runs in the last 3 innings. So got to the bullpen there on the Bears. A couple of multi-hit games here on both sides. No like crazy performances as both teams actually use quite a bit of pitchers as Gooser gets the L despite having a pretty strong 7 innings, but 4 earned runs against them, so must have left them at a bit of a pinch. But your player of the game is a Riddle McGee. Wheelers beat the Kingpins 8-3 on 11 hits. What's that? Yeah, Stan Marsh goes 3-4, 4 RBIs. Batting at the bottom of the lineup. Good game for him on Anchorage. Win is going to go to Ragnarok, their 5th of the year, as Sportsboy 57 takes their 7th loss early in the season. Player of the game, to no surprise, Stan Marsh. Firehawks beat the Swifties 4-3 as, wow, we've had a couple late scoring games here as they put 3 runs up in the last 2 innings to steal this one and only 4 hits. That's a yikes. Pazza goes 2 for 4, 2 RBs. On their side is Bubba Tree gets 2 RBIs for California. Loss is going to obviously go to the bullpen. Con, their 6th blown save already. Again, that's a yikes. As Branson gets their 1st win coming out of the pen. Player of the game is CJ Brandonson. Moving along. Next day, no majors games, so we just have the minors. So we'll have a quick look here. Today is a quick sim day. Kingpins beat the Wheelers 6-1. Revenge for the other game. A 5-run bottom of the 6th is going to get this one. Oh, geez. I didn't notice because he didn't have the hashtags, obviously. 2-hit game here for Benningson on Anchorage side, and multi-hit games here all around for Chicago. As Grimes is actually going to go the distance. 9 innings pitched with their 5th win as the loss goes to Aria. Player of the game, Cameron Grimes. Flamingos beat the Dillos 1-0 on what seems like a pitcher's duel. Only 7 total hits for each team. Yupper's taken 2 of those as he goes 2 for 2 with a walk. Loss is going to go to Yi as Jensen Crenshaw is going to get their 7th win early as he seems to be getting a lot of decisions. Almost going the distance, just ran out of steam before the end. Player of the game is Damian Jensen Crenshaw. Firehawks beat the Swifties again 5-4 as it was the Swifties who tried to come back here late but weren't able to get much done. Couple of multi RBI games for Sampson and Ayers as Dotson and Steele answer from California side. Claflin takes the L. Wow, that's insane. This early in the season and they've been responsible for 13 losses decision-wise. That's brutal. I am sorry to that user and or player, but that's pretty brutal. Boyd Jr. gets her 7th win of the year as Beckett picks up their 8th save. As player of the game is Oil Can Boyd Jr. Brew City Bears pick up their 31st win of the year as they score in the bottom of the 9th. A nice little walk-off there to steal that one away from the Dynamos. As multi-hit game here for... not even going to pronounce that name. And then 2 RBIs for Aldrich. As Rodriguez actually takes the L out of the pen with the win coming to arms. A blown save, but obviously that run in the bottom of the 9th was able to get them a win out of it. Player of the game is Wendy Marvell. Lemurs beat the Hepcats 8-6 as, wow, again, 7 runs in the last 2 innings for the Lemurs to just take that one away from the Hepcats. Minion going 3 for 4 for Kansas City, 3 RBIs in the losing cause. Jet Jaguar 4 for 5, 4 RBIs. 3 ribby game for Bonds as well. Loss is going to go to Wolfing as the win goes to Scott out of the pen. Another surprising one. He's got 10 decisions coming out of the pen. That's pretty crazy. It seems Louisville scores a lot late for them. Alright, so we said no majors games. Well, that is correct. Move forward a day. We're going to hit my friend's save here. Next up is Toros versus Nashville. Prime time. So we'll jump to our little stats here because this is the one I was first looking at. Alrighty. So, if you guys could get a bet up, that would be great and appreciated while I go through this. So currently sporting a 27-20 record this year. Sorry, get a message from my boss. The Nashville Stars in a tight race. The Detroit Demons for the second place spot in the division behind the Indianapolis Apex, who are 5 games ahead of both teams. Sizing up the team, the Stars are second in runs scored in the Champions Conference and second in runs allowed. At the plate, Nashville takes the very Moneyball-esque approach as they lead the Champions Conference in both OBP and walks. As a pitching unit, they also pride themselves in control, currently tied for first in the conference in walks surrendered with 118. For Cancun, they're off another mediocre start of the season. While they do not show any glaring weakness as a unit out in the field, they do not have any noteworthy strengths either. In every statistical category, with the exception with BIP against, which is second, and home runs third. Cancun hovers somewhere between 4th and 7th range in the Champions Conference for most other stats. Keys to victory for Nashville: get on base, get ahead early, and don't let it come down to the battle of the bullpens. Keys to victory for Cancun: challenge the hitters, keep the ball on the ground, and hang in the game until the later innings. Toros ace Leo Roberts has just 1 run allowed and 13 strikeouts in his last 12 innings pitched. Star starter Lucky El Charo is 4-1 with a 2.51 ERA in his last 6 games started. Cancun DH Ace Carter is batting 400 with 5 home runs in his last 7 games. Nationals second baseman Thomas Rose is hitting an outstanding .351 this year, up from a career high of .305 last year. He can totally sustain that. I believe so as a Nashville fan. Alright, so we got total runs, 8.5 again here. Passing the halfway mark, we got just over $1 million worth of channel points bet on this one. Run it back. Why not? So Nashville with the overwhelming advantage here, pretty much across the board, except for that number 9 slot. But we just saw them lose to Sarasota 4-0, so maybe they're heading into a bit of a skid. So this is the chance for the Toros to steal one away from them. Yeah, part of the stats team is they had this game and I think the next one on the one post, but then it was followed up with the first game as like the third post on the server. So there was a bit of a mix-up there, I think. At least trying to read it, you know what I mean, top to bottom. Anyways, this is closing up. We got about 20k points bet. So let's get her going. Toro is going to start off the bat here, as Nashville is at home. Ernie Whitt strikes out to lead us off. McCoy steps up. Can't hold that one back as he swings through. That one's got some pop on it. Will hit the outfield wall, so it's looking at a double at least here for Rogers as he's in safe, runner in scoring position. Ace Carter strikes out. So we'll just have to settle for the double right now, but Nashville gets out, no harm, no foul. Strikeout by Rose to lead off. Munson draws a walk. Fry, that's a double play ball, and they will get it as they go down 1-2-3 as well. Kaline stares at a strikeout. That's got a bit of pop on it, but I think will be chased down in the outfield, and it is. Huckenvedel steps up and just sneaks that one by Rose as he's on first. That sounded good, but I don't think it has enough carry as it will be caught by the center fielder. So Cancun threatening a little bit here. Let's see if Nashville can reply at all. But a fly out there is going to get your first out. That's chopped to third, and he's not going to beat that throw out. As Bongo Luongo chops in a foul, but they dropped it. So he'll get a free pass for a redo. And he's going to fly out to the outfield instead. At least there wasn't runners on base like he's used to doing. Strikeout there by Hickams. Ernie Whitt flies out. And McCoy strikes out as the pitcher is having a pretty good start here on both sides. Grounder. There's one. Crunk with another grounder. There's two. Faraday steps up and strikes out. Zeros across the board for both teams. Nice hustle to get that one, as I thought the runner was going to make it, but no bueno on that one. That's chopped just past the pitcher as they will beat out that one. Runner going for the steal, I think, is going to get there in time. And then a strikeout is going to get them out of the inning here as Cancun keeps kind of chopping away a bit here, but just can't chain some things together. Is that a bunt attempt? And they're going to try again. So they move the runner up, take the out. Fry goes down swinging. Buswell, he's able to get this one down. This might be our first run of the game, and it is, as Rose puts on the Jets and is able to touch home plate. One hit is all you're going to need here. And a fly out here is going to end it, as Nashville is going to have to just accept the little small ball 1 run.
Strike 3.
Huckenvittel stares at a strikeout. It's chopped down as Charo's already at 9 strikeouts here.
Strike 3.
And that's going to be number 10, as he is mowing down the Toros batters. Bongo Luongo saying, I didn't want to run anyways, flies out. Smith is able to get that one down, as you got a runner on first. Crunk steps up. He's going to get that one in there, as you're going to have runners on the corner here. Nice aggressive base running by Smith.
Strike 3.
Faraday goes down swinging, so it's up to Rose. But a foul behind the plate is going to end that threat. Tries to go up the middle, but that will be snared, as that's tossed out at first. McCoy is able to sneak that one over the second baseman's head. Runner on first. Double play ball here, and they're going to get it, as that's a nice play to get out of the inning there. That's right at the second baseman there. There's your first out. That had some sound, some pop on it, but it wasn't able to sneak it past the third baseman. And then there's your throws. Leo Robert is having a really good game. Just that 1 run against. You can't fault the pitcher for that. That's to the shortstop. Tossed out at first. A strikeout, as that's number 11. Bautista, wow, right to the pitcher. Did El Charo have a career as a hockey goalie? Because he flashed the leather there. Zach Johnson hoping to break out his bit of an early season slump here. But that's not going to do it, as he chops it to third. Bongo fly out. Luongo flies out for the 3rd time. Smitty right to the shortstop, as that's going to be tossed out, as 1 run is not what you want to have here going late into the game, but it is holding. Ooh, they're going to fumble it at third, as that's a free pass to first. They're going to get 1 here? No, as he holds on to it, as now this looks dangerous, as we'll see if Charo is left in. He is. That's past the first baseman. Here comes the runner. Throw was not going to be in time, as Toros have tied it now and still have 2 runners on, no out. Double play ball, but no. They're just going to get 1. Runners move up. That one's going to drop, as that's bringing 2 in here, as 3-1 is your lead now. Game with no offense decided to just break open suddenly. As El Charo is still in, and that's going to be a double, as that sneaks by the first baseman. Cancun got a bit of a conga line going here for hits. Bases loaded. Does Charo stay in? No, here comes in Mixon to try to get them out of this. They're going to get the one at home, so they stop them from scoring. But, chance here. Bautista, and they will get out of it. Damage is done, though. It's 3-1, and Nashville has not been hitting. That's going to be a nice leadoff hit, though, as Crunk puts it in the gap. Leadoff double. Faraday's got to get something going here, as they've been having a bit of a rough day here. But another strikeout isn't going to help the situation. Rose steps up. That's a ground out. Runner moves up. So Munson is going to ground out, as that leadoff double is going to turn into nothing. Strikeout there. Myth right to the pitcher. So there's 2 quick outs. And then Hickams gets underneath that one, and that is gone. Home run. See ya. That increases the lead here for Cancun 4-1.
Strike 3.
But a strikeout will end it. But 3 runs here. Only 4 hits for National game. They are fighting uphill. Fry just barely able to sneak that one through. Is that counted as an error? Nope. Nope. Just a little bit of a dribbler to get through as Shoe is in now. Booswell is going to fly out. There's your first out. Johnson is going to get that to drop as you've got 2 runners on with the left on base specialist up. Bongolu Longo flies out as is tradition. So it's all down to Smith. And he stares at a strikeout as Nashville threatens a bit late but is not able to get it done as they drop this one 4-1, giving this one up late. A couple multi-hit games here for McCoy and Rogers, but 2 ribbies for McCoy and Hickams. Your win is going to go to Law out of the pen. DJ Law, former Nashville Star, as the loss actually goes to Charo. Player of the game is Leo Robert. Aviators take it to the Makos 13-1 on 17 hits. 2 errors on their side, though. We got 5-for-5 game for Willie Colon as there's something special in his water there because he's still hitting 370 this late into the season. 3 RBIs, 4 RBI game for Riverboat. Loss is going to go to Michael Knight Riders. He's still looking for his first of the year as Cato gets their 6th win. Let's do this because I'm paranoid. Crabs are going to beat the Sloths 6-2 on 11 hits. As Christy Abbott, 5 strikeouts. Matata not doing much better with 4. Just 9 between those 2 alone. That's a yikes. Loss is going to go to Windsor for San Antonio, only lasting 4.2 innings, as Ivy Leaf gets their first win of the year there finally. Player of the game is Ivy Leaf. Vancouver beats the Surge in Battle of the Bottom 7-6 as they put up 2 runs in the 7th and 8th to steal this one away. A couple of multi-hit games there. 2 ribbies for King. 2 ribbies for Cloudera. As Eco Nomides gets their 3rd win of the year out of the pen. As Ginsburg gets a blown save, but the L is going to go to Roxas. Player of the game is Dan King. Boise Raptors beat the Voyagers 5-1 on a 3-run 7th inning. Not a lot going on offensively here, as this was a bit of a chip and a chase game. Lucas gets the win, going a solid 7 innings, as Whole Horse will take their first loss of the year for New York. Your player of the game is Andrew Lucas. Demons beat the Sea Serpents 10-5 on 18 hits. Seattle side, you got a 2-hit game for Andrew Mellett as he gets 3 ribbies in the losing cause. 4-hit game for Herrera, 4 RBIs for them as well. 3-hit games for Dimes. Danny Sullivan's going to get their 7th loss of the year and 3.1 innings pitched, as Molly Mitchell remains undefeated at 6-0. Player of the game is Victor Herrera. Scorpions steal another one off the Apex here as they score 2 in the top of the 10th and are able to hold on as they beat them 3-1. 3-hit game here for Trevor Duncan in the 9-hole. Your win is going to go to Precinct out of the pen as the blown save goes to Doug Dangley and the loss going to Barron. Rougarous take it to the Supernova 10-0, only allowing 2 hits all game. They put up 5 of those up in the top of the 8th. Christopher Brew, only 1 hit, but that's 4 ribbies for him. We can safe to assume that's a grand salami for him. McDougal goes the distance, 9 innings pitched, gets their 6th win of the year. Carsey 0-12. I know they're inactive, I'm pretty sure, but yikes. Player of the game is Aiden McDougal. We watched the Cancun and Nashville game. So for the minors, Lemurs, them and their late scoring, I tells you. 7-5 is your final, combined 26 hits. Mr. Dustin Johnson going 4 for 5 on Kansas side on the losing effort. 3 ribbies for Minion. Lots of multi-hit games here. Bonds standing out with his 2 for 4, 3 ribbies. Walrus is going to take the L out of the pen, as we had a hold, a blown save, and then finally a win for Louisville, as your player of the game is Barry Bonds. Swift Seeds take one back from the Firehawks. 9-2 is your final and 15 hits. State College, you had a 2 for 5 game for Mr. Brock Sampson as he puts up 3 RBIs to boot. The win is going to go to Day. A nice strong 6 innings for them, as is it Mrs. Dirk? Yeah, Mrs. Dirk is going to get their 4th loss of the year. Player of the game is Christian Ayers. Wheelers win 3-0. 13 hits. Only 3 runs though. A little bit surprising there. Is Wolfington going to go 3 for 4. Anchorage in the winning effort. Your win is going to go to Hartman, their 3rd of the year, going 8 innings, which you don't see too often in the minors, as Luciano takes the L. Player of the game is Noah Hartman. Brew City Bears beat the Dinos 7-2 on 14 hits. 3-hit games here for Stevie Steve and Rock Out with their Crocs out. Win is going to go to Eddie George, their 3rd of the year, as Pa takes their 4th loss. Player of the game is Eddie George. And then to finish up the day, we had the Flamingos beating the Dillos 9-6 on 17 hits. 3 for 4 Day for Count Dracula. 3 for 5 for Cabrera. 3 ribbies to add to that total. Knee takes the L, their 2nd of the year out of the pen, as NOLA gets their 1st win out of the pen. Player of the game is Count Dracula. Move forward here a day. Hit the old save button. So today is the Rougarous against the Supernova. We'll see if we have any nice little blurbs about this one. I don't think we do. No, next one is Buffalo and Indy. Alright, if you guys want to get a bet going here, so we can get some people to spend some good old points. Surprisingly, the Supernova actually hold 2 little advantages here with the leadoff spot. Former Rougarou J.R. Cook over Mr. Beauregard, and then Will Fisher against W.R. Wolf. Why don't you just do who wins, Reno? Because you think most people are going to vote NOLA, which would probably be true, but if someone puts the money on Sarasota and they steal one, well, that's going to be big money. Oh, we're going total home runs, 2.5. Alright, so how's everyone doing today so far? Are we doing good? I think we're on day 4 and 9, so we're not doing terrible for pace. I feel like I should pick it up a little bit, so we'll try and do that. As much as I would like to wait the full time for this prediction, I think I will start the game a little bit early. Just because I want to get things going here. Plus, it'll be funny to watch if people start cramming the over if we see a home run here. So let's get her going here. We got whites versus grays. Nola's going to lead us off at bat, Mr. Beauregard. And that one is gone. See ya. Leadoff home run here. As are people going to scramble for the over now? Let's see. All right, so we got DiStefano up, leadoff home run, first batter. He's going to ground out to third as that's tossed out at first. Naz Hamed steps up and strikes out. Vidal Valor pops out to center field here. Well, that'll be caught as they'll just have to settle for one here to lead off the game. That one's chopped and that one's gone. Another home run here as we are at 2 already early as the leadoff batter for both teams getting it done. That's chopped to second base. Will be tossed out at first. That one's going to drop into left field here as we got a runner on. 2 outs to work with. Try to go up the middle, but that's going to be a double play ball, so they're going to have to just settle for one as well. That one's got some pop on it, and the undergang just sweat, I think, a bit for that one. As Bruges strikes out Geronimo. That one's a fly out as they're putting them high, just not deep yet, as everyone is, I think, sweating a bit at all these fly balls. That's bounced to third and will be tossed out at first as there's your second out. And then a strikeout there by left-right. Hafner steps up. He's going to fly out to the right field. Wolf puts that one high, deep, but will be caught by the center fielder. Beauregard draws a walk. We'll see if he tries to steal here. Nope, as they poke that through, but he is going to go for third. And he is safe. Here's the steal attempt. And he is safe. I thought he might have been tossed out, but that ball slowed down right before it reached the base. So bases loaded, 2 out. Valor red hot. Go into the gap with that one. That might cash 3 here, as it will. Bases clearing double puts the Rougarous way out in front. That one's got some pop on it, and see ya! Well, there's your third home run of the game as they get into this one. 6-1 as they are just taking it to the Supernova. Fly out in the infield as that is caught. A leadoff fly out there for Supernova. As the right fielder getting all the work right now. That one's going to go to the pitcher, and there's your third out. Walk here for Geronimo. Hafner. A little too much hang time as the shortstop will run out and take that one. Here comes the steal. No throw. But double backup just in case. They decided to do it late. That one's going to center field. Then that one's lined right to the first baseman as he steals that one. So a 0 on the board. You take those small victories. Ground out there. Joe Burrow hitting .325 for Sarasota. One of the few bright spots there in the cleanup spot. Ground out there as that is going to be 1-2-3. Smithers is in as, yeah, Sarasota's already yanked their starter, so they're into the bullpen now. But a quick 2 outs will make it look like it's not so bad. Walk keeps us going there. But Torrent cannot hold the swing back as he goes down. Nakamura having a pretty solid game. Not punching batters out, but getting ground outs, fly outs. And just like that, another quiet inning. Brew must have given him the stink eyes. He nails him in the back with that one. Free pass. Staring strikeout. Double play ball. And they will get it. As he gets beamed for nothing. Nice bruise on the back. Gonna have to put some ice on that. Nakamura gets 2 swinging strikeouts. So apparently heard what I said and was like, look, I can punch out people too. So, but another quick inning here for the Rougarous. Nice shift there. We'll take that. A ground ball away. Beauregard to third. Can't beat out the throw. And DiStefano Jr. Nice pickup by the shortstop. Steal that one as it was going up the middle. We are already in the 7th inning. Strikeout. That one's got a bit of pop on it. I think it's got enough. No. I think he left. That definitely. We're going to say he leapt over the wall to steal that one. What a play by Geronimo in the center field there. Steal away what could have been HR number 4 of the game. Kevin Chawate in. Gets 2 swinging strikeouts. And a staring one as he just breezes through this side. That's chopped to first. Red Arrow can't get that one going anywhere. Washington swing strikeout. As Nakamura up at 6 now. Only 78 pitches. I think we might see a complete game unless you see them blow up or something here. But wow, I thought that was going to be a double, but nice diving catch by Esposito to steal that one away. And then 2 strikeouts will get them out of the inning. So Sarasota, last 3 outs here to do something. Nakamura still in the game, will get their first walk of the game. There's a strikeout. J.R. Cook. Oh, diving catch by Torrent in right field. And then they'll touch the bag as Nakamura will go to distance. Rougarous looked like they were going to blow this game wide open the 3rd, but Sarasota did do a good job shutting this down. 6 runs on 4 hits. I mean, those 4 walks definitely pitched into that, but not the kind of score you would expect with that amount of hits. 3 ribbies for Valor in that 3-run blast. Win is going to go to Nakamura as we saw a nice complete game by them. Lefty Bones, only 2.2 innings for getting the hook. And then they have to go to the pen. Player of the game is Nakamura. Surge beat the Vandals 12-1 as the Vandals have taken a couple of beatings this sem. 4 for 5 game for Cloudera, but 5 RBIs for Ramirez on just 2 hits. Loss is going to go to Takahashi as the only last 3.1 innings as Rolo will get their 4th win. Player of the game is Ruben Ramirez. Raptors beat the Voyagers 10-4. Both teams 9 hits, but obviously they made a little more of theirs. Couple multi-hit games here, but Ham and Justice bottom of the lineup, putting up 6 of those runs themselves. Toasties is going to get the W out of the pen as Zielman only lasted 4 innings for Boise. I know Sullivan will get their first loss in a relief effort as Radiance Ham gets the player of the game. Makos beat the Aviators 7-3 on 13 hits. Hitters game this one. Philip Stein going 3 for 5 for them. 3 RBI game for Mr. Ernie Harwell. Mr. Salchicha gets their third win, as Beaumont gets their fifth loss in only 4 innings. Player of the game, Ernie Harwell. Nice long marathon game here as San Antonio was able to take this one in extra innings. Top of the 14th, putting up the winning run. 4-3 is your final. Only 14 hits in 14 innings. 3 of those hits are from Mr. Knight, though, on San Antonio's side. Blown save to Rodriguez Jr., so the win is going to have to go to Davies as George Washington Crab gets their second loss of the year. Player of the game is King George III. Nashville apparently very angry about how the stream went. Takes it out in the Toros. 15-1 is your final and 17 hits. Really a group effort here from their side. 3 RBIs for Fry and Booswell, as well as Crunk. Via Getty getting the L in just 3 innings pitched, as Kuramochi will get their 4th win of the year. Player of the game is Lucien Kuramochi. Demons beat the Sea Serpents 5-2 on 10 hits. 3 for 4 day for Ben Stackenpaper. 2 ribbies to add to that as well. Your L is going to go to Cantaloupe Crocodile. No MVP for him this season, as Ricky Vaughn gets their 9th win. Player of the game is Ricky Vaughn. Apex take one back from the Scorpions. 5-2 is your finals. The Scorpions try to make it interesting in the top of the 9th, but just ran out of steam here. Couple little offensive games there. Nothing like crazy. For pitching, Farnsworth is going to get their 8th loss for Death Valley as Michael Dion goes up to his 8th win of the season. Quite a few to start the season there. Is no surprise there. He is your player of the game. Air Crew, thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate it. We watched the Rougarous against the Supernovas. Miners. Bruce City Bears employed the Drunken Fist to beat up the Anchorage Wheelers 19-2 on 24 hits. 7 RBI game for Stevie Steve. 6 for 6 game for John Joe Jr. You do not see those very often or at all. Crazy to see 6-7 at-bats here and it only lasted 9 innings. Nuts. Will Millis getting their 6th win of the year as obviously Anchorage's bullpen gets beat up as Tim Stranger only lasting 4 batters before he gets the yank. Well, gets 4 batters out. Player of the game, Stevie Steve. Special notes, underrated ties BBC regular season game record for runs with 4. Stevie Steve sets the record for RBI with 7. He ties the game record with runs with 4. So John Doe Jr. ties the Miners record for hits with 6. So there you go. John Doe Jr. putting himself in the record books. Dynamos beat the Hepcats 5-1 on 11 hits. Couple multi-hit games for players on both sides. Hank getting the L as Butter. What's the first name? Spruce Butter. Getting their 5th win of the year out of the pen. Player of the game is Israel K. Flamingos beat the Swift Steeds 8-5. 4-run top of the 9th steals this one away from them. Halverson with a 4 RBI game in the leadoff spot. 3 RBIs for Sampson on State College side. As Pepe is going to get their 3rd win, and the loss is going to go to T2 as we had 2 holds, but then a blown save and a loss. Player of the game is Keegan Halverson. Firehawks take this one 3-2. 3 RBIs for Dotson on California's side. And not a lot else going. That's crazy offensively. Gordon gets their 1st win of the year as Bauer takes their 4th loss. Player of the game is James Gordon. Lemurs take this one in extra innings as they put a 4 in the top of the 11th, as that's enough to hold on as they beat the Dillos. 4 for 5 gain here for Eliasson as they get 4 RBIs. Krat gets the W out of the pen in relief as Tambolian Charter Thoppelhauser gets their second loss. Player of the game is Kyle Eliasson. So we have no majors, no minors. So it's marked as quick sim, but obviously there's nothing to even quick sim. So we'll go one more day forward. We'll hit the old save button. And then today is a quick sim. I just want to double check this. What are we? 26? Yeah, quick sim. Alright, so I guess we can start with the minors. Dillos beat the Lemurs 10-3 on 16 hits. As Dillos batters, everyone got a hit. It was a party as Pinguson goes 3 for 4, putting up 2 RBIs for himself. The loss is going to go to Crimps as they last 0.2 innings before getting the hook. As Fank gets their 5th win, player of the game is Finn McPinguson. Brew City Bears keep taking it to the Wheelers. 3-1 is your final. Only 6 hits. Stevie Steve responsible for 2 of those and 3 of the RBIs. 3-hit game for Bennington on Anchorage side on the losing cause. Win is going to go to Boos Goozer, 7th of the year, as Ragnarok takes the L. Player of the game is Stevie Steve. Kingpins sneak this one past the Firehawks. 4-run bottom of the 9th. Walk this one off to take the win. 3-hit game here for Trees as Jardine goes 4 for 4. And a 3 RBI game here for Andrews and Shorzy. Loss goes to Branson out of the pen as he also gets a blown save to go with it as Pin gets the win. Player of the game is Al Jardine. Mingos beat the Swift Steeds 8-1 on 14 hits. 3-hit game there for Yuppers. And a 3 for 3 game for Rob Sr. Jr. with 5 ribbies to add to his total. Win is going to go to Kagamine as Claflin takes the L, 14th of the year, as they are not lasting very long in games. Player of the game is Rob Sr. Jr. Dynamos beat the Hepcats 2-1 as this went to the bottom of the 10th, as I've been saying a couple times, but Dynamos steal this one. They put it to extra innings and then are able to win it in the next time up. Clutch game for them. Loss is going to go to Big Sexy on Kansas City side as Huvos gets their 3rd win, as player of the game is Jenkins Miller. Sports Ghost 95, thanks for the sub, fella. Much appreciated. 8-6 is your finals. The Toros are gonna beat the Aviators. 3-hit game there for Batista on Cancun's side. Win is going to go to Benson. Save for Law. And then Rips Bad is going to get his 3rd loss of the year, only lasting 3 innings. Player of the game is Vladimir Batista. Stars beat the Crabs 4-1 on just 6 hits. 2-hit game for Johnson and Smith from Nashville. Win is going to go to Rayner, 7th of the year, as Bark Murley is going to get his 2nd loss coming in relief. Player of the game is John Rayner. Demons beat the Surge 9-4 had already won it, but they decided to put 3 runs up on the top of the ninth to add insult to injury. Herrera keeps his little hot streak going. 3 for 5, 4 RBIs for him today. Diglett gets his 4th win as Tokoyami gets their 7th loss. Mr. Herrera is your player of the game. Apex take this one late as they squeak by the Makos. 7-6 is your final. 3-hit games here for Parmalee and Twift as well. Twift putting up 3 ribbies to add to their totals. 4-ribby game for Gray in the losing cause. Dangley is going to get the W out of the pen. Barron 7th save as Bonzales takes his 2nd loss. Player of the game is actually Atlas Gray in the losing effort. Sloth shut out the Supernovas. We've seen a couple close ones here, only allowing 2 hits. No hitters today, but we're close. It's sniffing. Pork chop sandwiches goes 4-4, 5 RBIs. Big game for him to kind of break out of that little slump. Mr. Baxter takes their 9th loss as you hate to see it. Taylor Johnson 10-2. I mean, I'm happy, but at the same point, Johnson. Player of the game, pork chop sandwiches. Raptors beat the Scorpions 5-1. Getting out hit, but don't matter. They're still going to win. Going 3 for 4 in the losing cause, and just really even hitting here as they're able to draw 6 walks. So pretty good there. Ratatouille getting the 5th loss of the year in just 6 innings pitched as Daly gets their 6th win. Player of the game is Chank Daly. Rougarous beat the Voyagers 4-3. They're going to put up that winning run on the top of the 9th. 2 for 3 day for Jackie Daytona and 3 RBIs in the losing cause. Win is going to go to right out of the pen. He gets a win and a blown save. As Abadir gets the L for New York because they have not been good in relief. Well, at least for decisions like that. ERA tells me they're good, but they just cannot get the decisions to go in their favor. Player of the game is Jackie Daytona. Vandals finally get a W here as they beat the Sea Serpents 6-3 on 9 hits. Both sides just kind of even offensive days here. No one really standing out there. Perry Hodder getting their 8th loss of the year as Mr. Rogers picks up their 3rd win. Player of the game is Pat Rogers. We did the minors, right? Yeah. Go forward. Hit save. And today's matchup is the Stars again against the Crabs. Hopefully they can do a little bit better this time. I don't believe there's a blurb for this one. There is for Buffalo and Indy. Don't let me forget, Dust and other people if you're around. Alright, so let's get a prediction up. You guys do whatever you want. There was no cheat sheet for this one. I don't know. I would say you could do something like, I don't know if I have tendencies like, Hummus and his wows. Maybe there's something I reoccur say, but I won't look at the touch grass. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if doesn't give away I'm Canadian, then I think that would there. Manufacture this. Maybe you could do like how many runners does Bongo, LOB over under 2 or 3 or something. I'd bet the over on that every time. All right. Suspense. Who gonna win this? Nashville, Providence. Straightforward. Where are we at? Well, Nashville's got 22,000 for them already. So if you're confident in the Crabs stealing one and you want a good payout, I mean, Providence would be the go-to right now. You know what? I'll do 10,000 on Providence. There we go. So I can steal some of Shu's points. Well, I'm trying to play like 4D chess here, you know, since he's here anyways. You know, I don't have a good track record with Nashville winning since I've been streaming, so I figure why not bet on the opposing team? Maybe that'll work. We'll see. Alright. We'll wait a little bit longer. Then we'll get this going here. Which Hall of Fame, Nate? I'm only in one Hall of Fame, and that's for my first player, which was like ages ago. Back in ancient times. I ain't even close sniffing for any other kind of HOF. Alright, Nashville heavy favorites in here as this is going to close. So if the Crabs win, I technically still win. But we'll see. We'll get this going. We are in the pot for this game. So Providence at home. Nashville leading us off. Thomas Rose. That's going to go right to first as there's your first out. Walk there for Cade Munson. Don't have to worry about him stealing. But there's a double play ball, and nice quick turnaround as they're going to get that as they get out of the inning. No harm, no foul with the top three batters. Giovanni Sanchez in. He's going to walk his first batter in Lemon. Here he goes for the steal, but a strikeout steal, so, win some, lose some. Another walk here as he's walked two batters early to start. Another walk as bases loaded here early. 2 outs to work with. I think that'll be deep enough to get them one. As Providence gets on the board early here, 1-0. That one's going to touch grass as that's going to send one home. 2-0 here early in the bottom of the first. They will get out of the inning with just 2 being the damage here as we'll see if they can get anything done. But we've seen Garcia pitch on stream already once, and he had a really good outing, so leadoff single. Zach Johnson's got the fire symbol, but double play is not a very fire move. And then Luongo strikes out looking, or I shouldn't say swings. The ground out here, there's your first out. Well, that one's going to get into the outfield, so single there. Lemon strikes out as Ruiz is going to fly out to the right field, and that's going to end that threat. Bottom of the order up here for Nashville. Strikeout for Smith. Crunk right to the first baseman. And Faraday to the first baseman as Old Love is getting all the work there. Pop out. Nice toss out to get a runner at first. And then Will Love sneaks one through. He gets on. Another walk here. Sanchez is having some control issues. And then, ooh, I thought that was going to go up the middle, but a nice snag by Rose is going to take that threat away. Nashville's got to get going here offensively, but that is not how you want to start that. Munson can't get that one to drop. It's a nice sliding catch by Ruiz in left field. Then Fry right to the outfielder as Nashville is whimpering here on stream today, besides that 1501 quick sim we saw. Used up all their offense in one game. That one's going to get down as a cardboard cutout of Derek Jeter gets on. Another walk here by Sanchez. 2 on. 1 out, double play ball, and they will get it. Booswell gets underneath that one, and it has enough, as that is a solo blast, as that's going to get them on the board. Zach Johnson skies that one so much that the shortstop goes in the outfield to get it. Bongaloo Longo gets under that, and that's going to be another fly out. And then a grounder to shortstop is going to be... They're just going to have to settle for one here. Leadoff single here by Krustis. Double play ball, and they will be able to get that one. As Love steps up. He'll sneak that past the third baseman as he's able to get on. Dordevic and fielder's choice is they'll get the leadoff runner on a second. Sanchez, pitch count's getting high. We'll see if he's back for next inning. As they chop that one over the second baseman's head as Crunk gets on as a leadoff. Faraday gets under that a little too much as that's a flyout. Top of the order coming up. Stolen base attempt, and he's safe. Rose can't get that one down. They thought about tagging up, but nope. And then Munson is going to get tossed out at first. So Garcia having a good outing, only at 67 pitches. As Mixon is into the game, so day is done for Sanchez. Strikeout, flyout. Jeter strikes out. So pretty by the numbers inning there. Nashville's got to either get Garcia out of the game or get something done, as that is over the center fielder's head as Fry has got the Jets on. He's going for third, leadoff triple, chance to tie it. 3 outs to work with. You got to get something done here. Booswell, they're sending him, and he's safe, as it just was deep enough to sneak in that run. So tie game here. Ground out there by Johnson. Luongo grounds out as his average is plummeting. Leadoff walk there by Lemon. Double play ball, and they're going to get it, as that's, what is that, like our 4th, 5th double play we've had between both teams this game? Smith goes down swinging. Crunk gets under that, as that's going to be caught in center field. Faraday, same idea, as by the numbers inning there for Garcia. Ground out there by Slokin.
Strike 3.
Love stares at a strikeout. And Dordevic to shortstop, as they will get him. Thomas Rose up as Garcia still in, having a solid outing, but a leadoff single here. We'll see if Rose tries for the steal. A bunt is going to move the runner up, but they actually get the runner at second, so the bunt didn't even do what it was supposed to. But Fry is going to get to the wall with that, as we got Runners on second and third, 2 outs to work with. Buswell stands up. Garcia's out. Here comes Washington Crab. That might be deep enough. Yep, they're sending him. And he's safe as Nashville takes a lead here in the top of the 9th. Zach Johnson steps up. Strikes out, so they're going to have to settle for one. Crabs, chance to still walk this off as Olsen, Philly Fan, and Jeter are up. Ground out there is your first out. Mixon still in.
Strike 3.
Philly Fan stares at a strikeout. Jeter, and here's Bird Whistle in.
Strike 3.
But he'll stare at a strikeout as Nashville didn't look threatening here until about halfway through and then kind of stole this one away. So the key is if we bet against Nashville, I just have to bet against them and I'll get a win, but I lose channel points. So 2 for 3 game here for Buswell. 3 RBIs for him. Main offensive force there. Win is going to be Mixon as Bird Whistle gets a save, and Garcia unfortunately takes the L. He had a really strong game, just unfortunately. Mr. Buswell gets the player of the game. Surge beat the Demons 4-1 on 9 hits. 3 for 3 game here for Haywood Dinkle. No RBIs to show for that, though. Mr. Palmer gets the 7th loss as To Calm Down gets their 4th win of the year. A couple holds here and a save. Player of the game is You Need to Calm Down. Makos beat the Apex 6-3 on just 6 hits. Not a lot happening offensively. That is really like pow. Bolanos takes his 5th loss of the year as Baldelli gets their 2nd win. Player of the game is Nico Baldelli. Sloss beat the Supernovas 10-4 on 12 hits. Pretty offensively even game. All your RBIs coming from the bottom of the lineup here from San Antonio. Bill Hill takes their 8th loss as Greer gets their 6th win. Player of the game is Chris Jimenez. Sea Serpents beat the Vandals 6-5 on 10 hits. 2 for 5 game here for Dan King, 3 RBIs in the losing cause. Straight Gas Homie gets their 8th win of the year, one of the bright spots for them, at least getting decisions for Seattle. They seem to give him some nice run support as Tosin takes the 8th loss of the year for Vancouver, as their bullpen seems to get a lot of work this season. Player of the game is Straight Gas Homie. Death Valley Scorpions beat up on the Boise Raptors 17-1 is your final on 18 hits. 5 RBI game for Chris Jacob on Death Valley's side. Morgan is getting the W, 7 innings pitch, as Waller only lasts 1 inning before getting hooked, and then the rest of the bullpen gets beat up as well. Player of the game is Chris Jacob. Rougarous beat the Voyagers 5-3 on 6 hits. 3 RBI game for Vidal Valor, hitting the 60 mark here already early. Mazeroski gets their 9th win of the year as Sivart takes their 5th loss. Player of the game is Vidal Valor, to no surprise. Toros beat the Aviators 8-1 on 7 hits, putting up all the runs in the middle of the game. 3 RBI game for McCoy, as well as Huckenvettel. Win is going to go to Lemonade as Funk drops their 4th of the year. Player of the game is Bruce Dar Lemonade. Switching over to the minors, Flamingos beat the Swifties 13-6 on 17 hits. We have a 4 RBI game by Fuglin, going 4 for 4 actually, as well as after setting the RBI record is just tearing it up. Ooh, 5-hit game for Eddie Garr. Another nice one in there. Nice. Jansen Crenshaw, 8th win of the year, as Day is going to take their 4th loss. Player of the game, no one's surprised, Babe Bufuglin. Firehawks beat the Kingpins 4-2 as they put up 3 runs in the top of the 9th. Nothing really crazy offensively here to call out, as Branson will take the W out of the pen, and COCM, 7th loss out of the pen, and their 5th blown save has not been very clutch out of the pen for them. Player of the game, Cameron Grimes. Dynamos beat the Hepcats 5-4. Hepcats try to make it interesting at the top of the 9th, but just not enough. Wow. Completely out-hit, but still take a win. 3-hit game for Dakai Inoue in the losing cause. 3 ribbies for Nacho Man. L is going to go to Patey as Butter gets the W. Player of the game is Nacho Man. Lemurs beat the Dillos 5-2. 3-hit games here for Jet Jaguar and Forrest Gump. As the win is going to go to McCoy, their 1st of the year, as Yee takes their 5th loss. Player of the game is Patrick McCoy. Bruce City Bears get their 35th win of the season here early. 7-2 is your final against the Wheelers. 3-for-5 game for Stevie Steve, 4-for-5 for McNasty, and 4 ribbies for John Doe Jr. Win is going to go to Marvell as they get their 1st of the year, and Arya gets their 6th loss. Connor McNasty. Because I just read this name out loud, I bet you my one cat's going to come running here. Alrighty, we'll hit save again just to be safe. Matchups. We got some Surge against Apex, and then a quick sim to finish this off. Alrighty, so we got Surge, Apex. We have a nice little blurb for this one. So for this one, the over-under is 14.5 combined strikeouts. You can do another one, but that was what was suggested. And another year for retooling and rebuilding for Buffalo. It's another year for retooling and rebuilding for Buffalo. And while the year has had its down moments for the Surge, you can't say it's been without its ups either. Though only, at the time of writing this, 17-30, the Surge have winning records in one-run affairs at 8-7, and extra inning games 4-3. This has been in part the team's knack to collect base hits, and they have actually led the Legends Conference in base hits with 457. If Buffalo's pitching staff can hold it together and the offense continues to make solid contact, the Surge have the legitimate chance of taking the series while playing the underdogs. Again, the apex predator of the Champions Conference West Division, Indianapolis is well on their way to another division title this year. They will always call themselves the underdogs, but don't let that fool you. And a shot at a pennant as well. The key to the success for this club has been that it continues to be their superb pitching. The Apex are first in earned run average at 3.00, starters ERA 3.56, bullpen ERA 1.86, and runs allowed 157. They say that run prevention is the key to any deep postseason run, so the rest of the league better watch out if they aren't already. Keys to victory for Buffalo: hit them where they ain't. Find places to prevent detrimental innings in the field. I don't know how to unpack that one. Keys to victory for Indianapolis: force Buffalo to stay disciplined at the plate, light up the opposition's pitching early and often. Some player notes: Surge Ace, you need to calm down, has collected 13 strikeouts over his last 2 starts. In his last 14 relief appearances, Trowan No Hands has .36 ERA with 3 saves. With runners in first and third, Buffalo center field Yuta Kira Cloudera has a 1.067 OPS. In the first 3 innings, Johnny Tsunami is batting .376. In innings 4-6, .288. In innings 7-9, he's only hitting .100. All right, so we got total combined strikeouts is 14.5. We got over heavily as favorites here as compared to the under. We got a little bit left here. Surge are able to steal 2 away from here with Spikak is able to be better than Jody Quinn. No surprise there, as Jody Quinn is a bum. Obviously kidding. Quinn's having a pretty good season so far, I believe. As Cloudera, who we just talked about, has got the edge on Slice, but Apex beaten up everywhere else. Alright, so that is close, so we'll get this game started. Buffalo's going to start up to bat here for us.
Strike 3.
Strikeout to lead us off. Encarnacion, who has been having a absolutely crazy good rookie campaign. I feel like people aren't giving him enough tire pumps for that. Like, he's playing really well considering he's on Buffalo, so... But he was tossed out at first. Gotta pump my boy Blues tires now and again. Fly out there to center field for Johnny Tsunami as your leadoff. Zach Mouse steps up. Bit of a rough start for the season for him. But, ooh, I thought that was going to be hit, but a diving catch steals that one away from him. Ramirez with the glove. And then a fly out there by Slice. That one's got some pop on it, but is curving back and will be caught in center field. Shidurmi goes down swinging. Gonzalez steps up. And will ground... Ooh, fumble bumble. You don't see those too often. Did they still make the play? No, they didn't. But an error from Twift. That's not something you see often. So, see if they can turn this into something here as they were able to draw a walk. Ooh. Oh, they don't get the runner at first. So, bases loaded here. Chance for Lane. Everyone was going, but it's not going to matter as they will make the play at first. So, Buffalo will have to come up empty-handed. Leadoff walk there. Dover drops this one into the outfield. So 2 on, no out. Twift grounds into a double play. Still not over yet as we got a runner on third. And Jody flyball, Quinn flies out. So a little excitement, but nothing happening on the board there. Sneak that one past the shortstop, so leadoff single for Meredith. Walk there, puts 2 runners on. Double play ball as the double plays with the man going to third is a thing, but strikeout there will get them out of the inning. No harm, no foul. Eagle Eyes flies out. Wonder Franco. That's to the second baseman. We'll get tossed out at first. Tsunami. He's got some pop on it, but not going to be out of the park. But that's a nice double as that swings over the center fielder's head. That's to the third baseman. He'll dive to get that to just a single, but can't make the play at first. That one's going to drop in the outfield as we got your first run of the game. Jimbo Slice able to push one in. Parmalee, that sounded aggressive, but I think will be caught in center field. So they'll just have to settle for 1. That's down the third baseline as Shidurmi is going for 2. He gets in there with time to spare. Gonzalez gets underneath that one. But it doesn't have enough to carry it. But the runner will move up to third. 2 outs to work with here.
Strike 3.
Strikeout past ball. Don't see those often, but we got ourselves a tie game. Wait. What? He said strike 3. But I guess not, as he goes to first.
Strike 3.
So, okay. Well, we have a tie game regardless.
Strike 3.
There's a leadoff strikeout there. Twift flies out to center field. Wow, not often you see that. Pitcher to the second base to first for your double play.
Strike 3.
Strikeout fumbled but tossed out at first. Is there a term for that? I'm still learning some baseball terms. A strikeout throw. What? These pass balls are going crazy this game. These catchers cannot get control of these as these pitchers are just whipping them into the dirt. Long fly out. 2 out. Runner in scoring position, but a ground at shortstop is going to end this threat as you're seeing a pitcher/defensive duel here. That is caught in center field. Franco right to the shortstop. That's down the third baseline. Tsunami's going to keep this inning going with 2 outs. Puts himself on second. Zach Mouse draws a walk. Slice gets under that one, but I don't think it's going to be able to hit the gap as that will be caught as threatening, but not a lot happening. Strikeout. That one looked good off the bat, but ran out of steam as it was in the air. And that's right to the shortstop as that's going to be tossed out at first. Well, Maple has 8 strikeouts. Hunter Havoc has 1, so we're at 9. Wow, nice diving catch as Ramirez is just showing off the glove this game here in right field. Steals another hit away. They're able to get a runner on first, but just cannot move them up here as both teams struggling to do something when there's a man on base as Quinn grounds out as well. Suave steps up as Barron is in. There's another strikeout. Gets underneath that one, but diving catch by Mouse in left field. Then you're finally going to see a single there, but 2 outs. So we'll see if we can do anything, but that has not been the trend this game. A walk keeps us going. Cloudera, the runners were going. They might be able to snag the lead here as they do. A nice hit and run as they're able to get ahead here. Get some offense going. Strikeout. Ends the inning, but the Surge are up 2-1. Leadoff walk by Eagle Eyes. Franco gets under that one, but it's right at the right fielder. Tsunami into center field. Two on, 1 out. That's going to get down. Wow, they didn't send the runner from third, so we're going to have to wait here. Bases loaded, 1 out. Slice steps up. I don't think that's deep enough to send him, but... Oh, they're going to send him, but... Oh, no, sorry, they called him back.
Strike 3.
And then Parmley stares at a strikeout. Can't do anything with the bases loaded. Grounder there as they'll get the first out. Another grounder there as Twift doing all the work here. And a long fly out to left field will be caught. Indianapolis down to their last 6 outs here. Another situation, runner on, but they just haven't been able to move him forward, so we'll see here. There you go, there's a hit. 3 outs to work with. Here, oh, they held the runner. I thought he was going. Quinn. Passed ball ties the game. Sigh. Quinn gets underneath that one. Does it have enough? Yes. Emphatically puts them in the lead here. That one's gone. A 2-run blast. What was nothing is now something. 4-2. Indy in front.
Strike 3.
There's another strikeout there. I'm not sure what we're doing on the over-under.
Strike 3.
And there's another strikeout. And then another one. So maybe the over has been hit here because we just saw 3 in a row after that home run.
Strike 3.
Well, if it's not before, I think it is now. As another strikeout there is no hands is in.
Strike 3.
Yeah, I think it's murdered at this point.
Strike 3.
As he strikes out the side. As that went from 0 to 60 really quickly for the Apex. As 3-1 Blast is able to seal the victory. There is Jody Quinn able to get the damage done. So total strikeouts was 18. To be 13-5. Balquin gets the L, his third blown save, as he's going to take those runs against him, as No Hands actually gets the W out of the pen, his 4th of the year. Player of the game is Dogwood Maple. Rougarous beat the Raptors 8-3 on 16 hits. 3-hit game for Beauregard, 2 ribbies to add to it. Hafner gets 2 hits, 3 ribbies. Lucas gets his 4th loss of the year, as McDougall gets their 7th win. Player of the game is Gustav Beauregard. Voyagers beat the Toros 7-5 on just 7 hits. Toros won at 15, but can't get the W. 3-for-4 game for Shu, 4 RBIs to add to his totals. 3-hit game here for Rogers and Kayleen in the losing effort. Whole Horse is going to get their 6th win, as Robert gets their 4th loss. Player of the game is Tom Shu. Aviators able to squeak by the Stars late, as they take this one 4-3 on just 6 hits. 2 RBI game for Halen on Outer Banks side. Flame McDonald is going to get the W out of the pen, as Lucky El Charo goes 8 innings but will take the L. Player of the game still is Lucky El Charo in a losing effort. Crabs beat the Demons 9-6. 3 ribby game for Ruiz and Love on Providence's side. Ivy Leaf gets their 2nd win of the season. Molly Mitchell takes their 1st loss, only lasting 3 innings before getting the hook. Player of the game is Julio Ruiz. Supernovas hit double digits as they beat the Makos 5-3 on 12 hits. 3-hit game for Bogescu and Red Arrow on Sarasota side. Michael Knightrider still looking for his 1st win of the season. Can't get it against Sarasota, as Kid Carsey actually gets their 1st win of the year. Player of the game is Bogescu. Sloss beat the Sea Serpents 10-2 on 15 hits. 5-for-5 game for San Antonio, putting 2 RBIs in there as well. Windsor gets his 7th win of the year, as Sullivan takes their 8th loss. San Antonio ties the San Antonio regular season game record with hits with 5. Death Valley beats the Vandals 11-6. 3 RBI game for Jay Doctor in the losing cause, as we got 4 RBIs for Jacob and Mike Boss Jr. Win is going to go to Precinct out of the pen for Death Valley, as Mick Namerson gets a blown save and the loss. Player of the game is Chris Jacob. And that covers the majors. No games in the minors. We'll hit my favorite button here. And then last but not least, we have a quick sim. I just want to make sure. Yes, the 29th. We'll start with the minors. Flamingos beat the Kingpins 7-2. Both teams putting up 10 hits, but the Flamingos getting a little bit more out of theirs. 3-hit game for Andrews for Chicago in the losing effort. Loss is going to go to Luciano, as Bloodshine gets their 2nd win. Player of the game is Yuppers. What do you go? 2 for 2 and 2 walks. Swift Steeds put up 5 runs at the top of the 7th to sneak out a win against the Dillos. 3-hit game for Puppet on State College side. A couple 3-hit games here for Flex and McGee. Win is going to go to Blaine Kispas. Probably butchered that. A couple holds here and a save. Loss is going to go to Chartel Hauser. Player of the game is Hieronymus Flex. Louisville Lemurs. I feel like a broken record here, but Lemurs are taking these games late constantly. Extra innings, bottom of the 10th. They walked this one off to steal a win from the Dynamos, 5-4. Couple multi-RBI games here for McLaughlin and Spencer. 4-hit game for Ellison. Hiovos is going to take the L as Julian gets the W. Player of the game is PM Schramm. Bruce City Bears beat the Firehawks 5-1 on 14 hits. 3-4 game for the Cheese in a losing effort. 3-hit game for Underrated as well as McNasty. Mrs. Dirt takes their 5th loss of the year as George gets their 4th win. Player of the game is Eddie George. Wheelers beat the Hepcats 7-2 on 17 hits. We get a 3-for-5 game from Bettingson with 4 RBIs to add the total in a winning effort. Hartman gets their 4th win of the year as O'Reilly takes their 5th loss. Player of the game is Max Bettingson. Demons beat the Crabs 7-2 on 12 hits. 4-for-4 game for Danny B. Puts 2 RBIs to his totals as well. Hitting .341. Hot to start the season. Evans takes the L as Ricky Vaughn, already at double-digit wins, gets his 10th win of the season. Player of the game is Ricky Vaughn. Voyagers beat the Toros 8-4 on 12 hits. 4-for-4 game for Barbados Slim. 2 RBIs to add to his totals. 3 ribbies for Benny Rodriguez. 3-hit games here for Batista and Myth as well. Win and a blown save goes for O'Sullivan as Shu is going to take the L for Cancun and also a blown save. Player of the game to no one's surprise, Barbados Slim. Brewers beat the Raptors 10-5. Both teams putting up 10 hits. 3-for-5 game for Sabor in the losing cause. And then top of the lineup, getting it done for New Orleans. 3 RBIs for Stefano, Hamad, and Valor. Zeilman getting their 4th loss of the season, only lasting 3 innings, as Nakamura gets their 8th win. Player of the game is Paulo Di Stefano, Jr. Scorpions beating up the Vandals 13-2 on 17 hits. Tex Walker going 2-for-5, 3 runs, 3 ribbies for Alderson. Loss is going to go to Takahashi as the entire pen here gets a workout. Yep, I'm seeing that right. They had no damage against them, but Okamoto ends up pitching. The DH for Vancouver comes out to throw some pitches. So, we saw a batter pitch. Farnsworth gets her 4th win of the season as player of the game is Brian Benz. Sloths beat the Serpents as it was tied at 8s until the top of the 8th, where the Sloths were able to sneak in the winning runs. 5-for-4 games for Christy Abbott. 2 RBIs for them. 3-for-4 game for Fighting House in a losing cause. Dugan gets the W out of the pen as McThornbody takes the L for Seattle. Player of the game is Christy Abbott. Makos beat the Supernovas 8-5 on 11 hits. 3-for-5 game for Peter Johnson Jr. 4 ribbies for Gofford at the bottom of the lineup. Salchicha gets their 4th win of the year as Bones goes down to 2-7. Player of the game is Jarrett Gofford. What did he go? 2 for 4, 4 RBI. Nice. Apex beat the Surge 8-2. Multi-hit games all around, but really nothing crazy offensively. Rolo takes the L, only lasting 2 innings, as Dion gets his 9th win of the year, only having to pitch 5 innings. Player of the game is Dustin Parmalee. 2 for 3, 2 RBIs. Yeah. Stars take this one late in the Aviators, putting up 3 of their 6 runs in the last 2 innings. 3 for 5 Dave for Munson, I think, is going to be the key there, or Nashville's win offensively. Hunter Sky is going to take the L and the blown save, as Chinapi gets the W out of the pen. Player of the game is Cade Munson. Alright. So we'll save this. That is it for the day. So we just have to upload this. Sorry, I always like to double check my stuff because it's obviously been a while since I've done all this. It's not like I don't know what I'm doing at one point, but at the same point, let's not mess anything up here, right? Right. All right, I think we're good. Unless anyone sees anything and they're like, "Oh God, stop! For the love of God, stop!" Is All Stars today? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna hurt anything if I move the day. Sorry. I picked this one up last second, so I just... minor leagues. Okay, so there's nothing for both teams. So let's go forward one day. Yeah, we're still good. Okay. Needs to advance to Friday. Let me just double check. It's not like I don't disagree with people. Okay. Got it. All right. So, sorry. Here is your all-star rosters. Take your nice little screenshots. Any big surprises here for anyone? Anyone like, no way? Totally? Makes sense. No second basemen were elected for the Legends Conference, it looks like. Only one center fielder. I don't know why I said field man. Champions Conference. We actually had a first baseman selected this time. All the second basemen, apparently. Only one shortstop with DiStefano Jr. And here's your minors all-star rosters. In your East Division. Everyone happy? We get our screenshots? Do we need anything else? I mean, it gets posted on the index anyways, right? So I will make sure that once I upload this, I'll come back, take a screenshot, toss them on the server. And I think we are good to upload, so I'm going to do that. So what did we end up at? 2 hours and 10 minutes? Not bad, I'll take it. It's not that I don't have confidence in what you're saying there, AW, not in the slightest. I just am so scared to mess anything up right now. I just don't want to misclick something. Especially after last stream with the old lockup. Which, by the way, if anyone has, I think it's called NZXT Cam, it like monitors your fan speed and temperature and stuff like that, uninstall it, because that was what was causing my my freezes right there. So stupid that a little monitor program can cause that, but that was the cause. So also, if anyone here is a co-host and is interested in co-hosting with me, shoot me a message. I am looking for a co-host when I do streams. It would be nice. I mean, if there's any people who already do it with other people, that's fine. I don't mind repeat offenders. I would like to get someone who kind of I can regularly do it with. That'd be cool. I mean, I'm always looking for people to podcast with as well. If you ever want to shoot me a message, glad to help there. Well, Reno, I know that I'm not sure if they're like actively hiring, but I'm sure if you asked that someone could definitely give you a trial. I'm honestly half surprised that we didn't have any guest appearances from either Arya or Doug, because Doug has been chatting me up all day long today, so Well, reading too. Anyone else try the new Battlefield beta? Who else was pretty disappointed with it? I was. I'm waiting to see how Portal pans out, because if that could be the game saver for that. But we'll see. Might have to get a refund on that one. Been actually busy playing Last Epoch. It's like Diablo 3 kind of like esque, but with Diablo 2 skill system. It's actually really fun. Alrighty, so I think that is good to go. Oops, there's my Steam profile. My biggest issue, Nate, is that there's no way to visually tell who's who. They all look the same, like, because everyone's got the same operators. You can't tell who's who. The amount of times I've shot my own teammates is like insane. Plus, you can't mark people anymore. If you hit Q to like mark them like you would in other games, it just does nothing. So then you're just like stuck looking at whatever, trying to hit it. Okie dokie. I think the upload is done. No, that's not what I want. Let's go here. Check out our friend, the Index. Someday over the rainbow. All right. Okay, I think we're good. Does this look good? Da-da-da. News. Okay, yeah. So there's your All-Star Game rosters. I will take a screenshot regardless and post it on, but I think we are good. Good. Perfect. All right, well, thanks for joining me for the Saturday matinee. My next time is next Saturday. I will probably do the same time at noon, just because it's nice. It gives me the rest of the day to kind of do other things and help with dinner and stuff. So thank you for joining me, folks. Have yourself a great weekend. Get hyped about All-Star if you made it. Congratulations. If not, there's always next year. And we will see you later. Peace.